What's up, CEOs? Welcome back to another auto dealer training. This one today is going to be more motivational than training, hopefully, or inspirational. If you are just tuning in, then I'm waiting for the Facebook group to get notifications so that they can join us and that our guests can join us today, because we are doing a member spotlight from the Certified Dealer Club. So if you want to join this video live, then you can join the Facebook group, and I'll put a link in the description. I'm Shamel Leonard, and I am the founder of the Auto Dealer Business School. I started the Auto Dealer Business School because I needed an Auto Dealer Business School. When I started, I was like, why is there not an Auto Dealer Business School to show me how to do this? And so I started one. And at the Auto Dealer Business School, what we do is we go through startup, all the software you need, the processes, things you need in place to be an auto dealer, and also how you run your dealership so that you can be profitable and that you can get out of the office, okay, while your dealership is running. So that is what I do. That is why I'm here. I have a couple of announcements. The Certified Dealer Club is open for enrollment. And like I said, the Certified Dealer Club is where I help you to set up your dealership operations, like third-party financing, buy here, pay here, rentals even, and help you to grow your business. So if you are struggling, you haven't sold your first car yet, you haven't bought a first car yet, then consider joining the Certified Dealer Club, because that's where you get the hands-on support to do all of that stuff. Okay, let me see. So next announcement is I'll be at the NI88 conference talking about team. Okay, the conference is coming up. It is a great place to get new resources so that you can grow your business. If there's something that you've been wanting to do in your business, implement in your business, then you can find out or find companies or services that'll help you to do that at these conferences. And I am going to be one of them, and I'll be speaking about teams. So if you want to join NI88 convention, then you can join us in Las Vegas. I'll put a link in the description there. Today I have one of the Certified Dealer Club members coming on.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up? Look, never fails. As soon as you want something to work,
I know,
we
right?
had we had a backup plan, so it's all good. I knew that it could be a possibility, so I was like, let me just send you the link ahead of time. But you look great.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So I know you are busy, so I don't want to keep you too long, but I really appreciate you sharing your experience with other people, because to be honest, David, like watching you flourish has like been the most awesome thing. So I want to just congratulate you on getting in there and, doing what you came to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. So how long have you been a licensed dealer?
I've been a licensed dealer for about 9 years.
Okay. And what made you get started?
Like most people, I had a corporate job and I wanted a side hustle. And so growing up around cars, it was natural for me to start selling cars.
Okay. And so you started selling cars as a side hustle. And then what did you learn from trying to do it as a side hustle?
I think one of the most important things that I realized, you don't know you don't know what you don't know, but I wasn't maximizing my license. It was kind of a very narrow driven side hustle, and I didn't know of the other opportunities that I could, use this license to make way more revenue than what I was doing at that time.
Okay, but you kind of had an idea then of how you wanted to maximize it, right?
Right. I mean, a dealership can do more, but where do you start? Where do you find that information? Where do you get that? Where's that map, right, that you need to maximize it, right? To expand your opportunity.
Right, totally. So what were some things that you tried then to maximize before you came to the Auto Dealer Business School?
Just I tried to hone in on the type of cars that I was purchasing. I thought it was more about the product that I was offering. In other words, specifically, I started with low end cars, cash cars, maybe 1,500, 2,000. And I thought, oh, maybe if I get a higher, a more stable, more high end product, maybe that will be the way of, making more revenue or so on and so forth, or easier, right, in the process. But it wasn't necessarily a big difference, right? You look at other dealerships and you're like, how are they doing financing? How are they doing this? How are they doing that? You want to know. And so all of those things kind of compiled, made me wanted to do, wanted to expand and do more.
Okay. Oh, cool. I get a clear picture of what you mean. Exactly. Like, yeah. So then what brought you to the auto dealer business school? Like, what were you seeking then?
At that time, I was looking for that knowledge. I was looking for that map, that GPS that says, you're trying to get here. Here are the many paths you could take, or the many things you need to do to get to that destination, which was expand, maximize the dealer license, grow the business, increase the revenue, bring in different revenue streams and so on and so forth.
Right. Definitely. So do you remember, like, I know it was a little while ago now, but do you remember like what you were searching for and how you found the auto dealer business school?
Gosh, I was Googling, I don't, what was it? I was Googling I don't know if it was how to grow the dealership, excuse me, how to expand the dealership or something to that lingo, and your video popped up, in my feed, in my Google feed.
Okay. And what was it? I didn't plan to ask this, but what was it about the video that made you act?
You seem very authentic. I could see it wasn't the typical infomercial. It wasn't the typical, sales pitch. It was more of this person that seems very genuine and very authentic. And the way you talk and what you explain, how you were talking and explaining it, I knew you had the experience. So that wasn't an issue. But I could kind of see your heart, your passion, you're not just some information person that's just trying to make a buck. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Look, awesome. So, what has been possible for you as a result of joining the dealer club at the Auto Dealer Business School?
What has been possible? So by joining the auto business school, one, my goal of increased revenue has come to fruition very quickly. Last year, I was so funny. I was doing numbers last night. Last year, from January to June, my revenue was around 16 grand, 16,000. This year is more like 60, 65, 70 something thousand, just from January to June, and so that was one of the main goals. How I was able to use the knowledge in the school helped me find those additional streams of revenue. It helped me hone in on my processes. Now I understand recon. What recon is, I understand the different auctions, and then even more importantly, I understand, I had a floor plan before, but I didn't really know how to use it. I didn't know what it was for. I just kind of didn't understand it. Now I have several floor plans, right? So everything for me has been an increase and an expansion that has led to this, I don't know what, tenfold, triple fold of revenue, revenue increases. Yeah.
Wow, look, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that just makes me so proud. Wow, kudos to you because without you taking action, that wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So
Right.
okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about floor plan because I have to let anybody know who's watching. Like you got to use them responsibly, right?
Okay. Right. Right. Right.
Right. Like it's possible, it's not floor plans that are evil, so to speak. It's just how you use them. Like you have to have a process. So, just had to get that out there because somebody is going to hear you say, you got several floor plans. I'm on several floor plans.
Uh-oh.
But it's all part of the plan. Okay. It's all part of the overall scheme of things. So, what do you like most then about the program besides making you more money? Like, what is it about the how the program is delivered that you like most?
I love the interaction. I love the fact that I can go into the information and read it, follow along the videos on my own. Overall, gosh, I love the support, the mentor, the conversation. I mean, it's like I plan my day around meeting with the group and discussing ideas and things like that. So I love that part. It's not a GPS where you put in instructions and it tells you how to get somewhere. It's more of a map with hands-on support. Whereas as you're walking down this path, you see something, now you attend a session and say, hey, Shamel, I was thinking about this, what do you think? And then you get that feedback and it kind of leads you where you need to go.
That is great. And I just got to stop and say, like, the group is only as good as its members, right? And you're like one of the highlights of the group, like you show up, you participate, you share, and that is just so valuable. Like, people have learned as much from you in the group, I think, as they've learned from me. So thank you for that.
But yeah, no problem. I like being a part of a family, and I feel like it's a family. You have brothers and sisters, and who wants to go at this thing alone? Nobody does. So we have a family, and we all work it out. Work on our separate issues as they come up.
Right. And nobody does it alone, right? Like, that's just the hugest lie in the world. You know what I mean?
Deception.
Deception, right. I guess I should say that. Not lie, but
Right,
it is.
right.
I mean, I bought into it too, in the very beginning, but it's not like that. Like, you really do need a community and, and a community of like-minded people,
You
right?
do.
Who are
Right,
going the same place or want at least the same things.
right.
And so that's great. So I also, though, have to ask, just in being authentic, since,
Mhm,
you
mhm,
know, that has been mentioned, but also just in the spirit of just wanting to make sure I keep the program, doing what it need to do.
mhm.
What would you improve? Like, what do you think should be improved about the program?
I think we're where we're going is the right direction. Like, we're starting to do some hands-on training and some simulation, whereas, like on last Friday, how you were kind of walking through the processes of the dealership. You should have these processes and then explaining what those mean. And then some of the sessions where you actually pull up, say, a system like Dealer Center, or and then walk us through a deal. We're doing those things, and so that gives people, because a lot of people are visual, right? And that gives people that visual, learning. Hey, okay, now I see it, now I understand. So we're already there. So I don't see much improvement. That I can't suggest anything. I mean, we're already moving in the direction that I think it should go to help people learn faster.
Okay, that's good to hear. Only because, like, I feel very connected to, of course, what we need, because I also am a dealer, right? So,
Right.
I am, so it's great to hear that it's translating well. Like, what I feel is needed is actually what's needed. So that is good.
Mhm.
So last question, what would you tell someone who is thinking about, is it worth it to get a mentor?
Oh God. I, Shamel, outside of what we do, our dealership business, I think everybody need a mentor. It doesn't matter what you're taking on. If you can find a mentor, that is like one of the three rules of being successful in anything. And so you need someone to show you the way. I mean, if not, you repeat the many mistakes that are unnecessary. So I will tell anybody, if you want to go into, especially the dealership business, you need a mentor. You need the material. You need someone to talk about issues and steps, because this is one field, one business where the information is not publicly available. Even in this day of Google, and you can't find the information that we're getting in the dealership, in the school. You can't find it anywhere. And so, yeah, it's imperative. I wish I had one 9 years ago. You know,
Right.
I could have saved a lot of money,
Same.
especially in the setup cost, right? I could have saved a lot of money if I had one 9 years ago. So to sum it up, you have to have a mentor. You have to be successful in this business.
That is so true. And I'm so glad you said that. Cause yeah, like now that I understand this mentor life, like being a mentor, and also I get mentors too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to turn back. I mean, it's just so much easier having someone really speak to where you are, because I think what the Auto Dealer Business School really does bring to Google when you search about how to run your dealership is it brings how to start small and grow, you know,
Absolutely.
because everything that I found out there back in the day was like, if you were starting with 1 million,
Yeah. Right. Right.
no,
Right.
if you had like 10 grand to spend every month on
Mhm.
overhead,
Mhm.
right?
Right. Right.
And
Right.
that just wasn't me. I needed to start with like, overhead of 1,000.
Mhm. Absolutely. 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 You're absolutely right.
And work my way up from there.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's what I hope to bring is like, this is how you get done, what you need to do, the scrappy way, and then,
Mhm.
grow up.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. The scale of it. You may have 500 or $1,000 or something like that. I get, and yes, you're absolutely right. The program does bring the ability, it will teach you how to scale it. This is what you need to start with. You have to start with something, right?
Mhm.
But we're going to take that something and show you how to scale it up to a functional, full-blown service dealership. Yeah.
So awesome. Well, I thank you so much for your time. And I'm also very excited for you to come on board to be a mentor. We'll talk more about that soon. I feel like you got it. You're already really being a mentor. And so part of the vision of Auto Dealer Business School wasn't that I was going to be the only mentor ever. It was that I would be able to bring another revenue stream to people
Mhm.
by them being mentors to
Mhm.
the dealers in the club. So
Mhm.
for anyone watching, we'll see David again. All right. And yes, thank you so much, David. I appreciate you. And look, we have a session today. So I look forward to seeing you there, and I'll talk to you soon.